going to be very exciting. We are here going to be no skill against Skynet. We are watching KnightofNi, who is the player for no skill. He is the pink Terran in the top left, going up against Slug, the Protoss, in the top right. It is going to be a very cool series. It is already tied 3-3. The winner of this game wins the entire clan war in the TQTL. I am TQ Xander. Why don't you guys say hello?
I'm Aaron, and thanks, guys. I'd like to extend this appreciation to you guys watching and anyone who's enjoying this series.
Yep, TQ Winter kind of popping in and out. Thanks for participating in my league. Got some big things in store for the next round.
Yeah, thanks, Winter, for hosting this. I'm sure all the players are having fun, and we're certainly having fun casting.
Yeah, it's definitely an enjoyable time, so much appreciated from you, Winter. Your efforts are beautiful.
You're beautiful.
Thank you. So now, anyway, KnightofNi is going to go ahead and continue producing SCVs. That is what you do as a Terran in the early game, unless you're doing something very strange. Speaking of strange things that Terrans can do, I don't know if you guys were there for this in the beta, but did you ever watch the MLG King of the Beta Hill show match series? Okay, because there was this incredible game on Desert Oasis. It was Hydra against, I want to say, QXC, but the Terran literally did not build SCVs past 11. The build order was this: 11 barracks, 11 factory, 11 starports, 11 tech lab, with a refinery mixed somewhere in there, and then you just got straight Banshees without any other units, and he beat Hydra.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, so look that up on YouTube. It's old, it's outdated, but it's just so awesome.
Poor Gregory Fields, I'm sure he's pissed off.
Oh, he didn't say GG. Do you think he would say GG to that?
I don't know, man.
Gregory Fields,
He's the Kraken.
I love Hydra. This is my grandfather. This is the Kraken?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the Kraken. With his leather Gracket in the GSL. That was awesome.
Okay, so we just saw Slug use his scouting probe, which is
To an SCV.
unorthodox. Yeah, really, I'm not really sure what he was doing. Maybe he was drunk.
No, he just...
He was trying to harass the SCV making the barracks.
Yep.
Okay, so fast CC from KnightofNi, macro versus so far one base. KnightofNi is so consumed macro that he, as well as going to lose his scouting SCV to a low speed lock.
Yeah, now this is a very... Yeah, this is a very frustrating thing as Protoss, because the fact that Terran and Zerg can get their expansions so early, and Protoss has to wait until at minimum after the Cybernetics Core to get up their Expo. It is a little tedious to deal with, and you'll actually notice that Slug's can go ahead and move out another probe. He doesn't realize well, first off, he's not going to be able to scout this, but he's going to be able to scout up and see a double bunker. This is going to really clue him in the fact that something weird is going on, whether it's going to be an expansion in the back or a really quick tech path. He's going to know something's up.
Yeah, you're right. KnightofNi is actually going to kill the probe before it scouts those bunkers, though. So, as far as Slug goes, everything's standard.
Yep. So now let's... Oh, standard games are perfectly good because it means very intelligent army movements, tech pathways, unit management. When you go standard, you actually, in a way, have to play better than doing something weird, because weird can catch your opponent off guard. To win standard, you have to outplay him.
You're completely correct. Getting double orbital is KnightofNi. You should see him. He's always slightly behind it. Harvester's by 4 right now. He's definitely a rocket ahead in economy momentarily.
Yeah, all I know is that Slug's going to need to get an expansion soon. It'll be... Okay, it's very frustrating that he did not get an observer, because he's going to go ahead and expand anyway. He's going to do a 3-gate expand. But it's a tricky...
KnightofNi is really paranoid right now. He's got 4 SPEs just standing by these bunkers.
Well, he scanned and didn't see a Protoss FE, so he thinks that early pressure is coming.
So, like, in being overly cautious, his decisive economic advantage is rapidly shrinking, given that Slug is also expanding himself. And so far ahead on the workers.
Yeah, but theoretically, the KnightofNi might also just be under the impression that this is a very important game. It's 3-3. The winner of this gets to move on in the TQTL. Therefore, he just does not want to die. Whether that means sacrificing a little bit of economy just to make sure they can repair his bunkers just in case, it's in some ways an intelligent move, because it's just the safest way to play.
It is a smart move. It's a safe play, and if you look at the income tab, he's still been 300 minerals per minute ahead on income with the help of mules.
So, like, by no means am I criticizing, but like I also feel that if you put like a few, like even one marine closer to the Protoss base, you detect the amount of pressure and no one's coming prior to his arrival instead of losing those workers afterwards.
Yeah, it's a balance, but it's one of the great things about StarCraft 2 is you have these strategic differences, and it plays out into a very cool game. Now we do see chrono-boosted probes coming out of the Nexi for I'm forgetting his name now, for Slug.
Slug.
Yeah, Slug. That was a bad brain fart. Alright, anyway, we do have a factory with a tech lab on it. No starport, so it will not be lifted off to go onto a Banshee production. Instead, we'll probably see siege tanks come out. If KnightofNi decides to go for a bio play mixed with siege tanks, that could be very good if he can just coax Slug into moving in, and then Slug's massive sentry count will be rendered worthless because siege tanks will just destroy them utterly in every single way possible.
An important thing to note at this particular moment, though, is he has a lot of sentries, Slug does, and Guardian Shield almost makes Marines irrelevant, especially given that they only do, 5 damage, minus the 2 of the cloud, so it's 3 to hit.
Yes.
That's to make a decisive end use units to be mixing Marauders, which so far he's cleared not to be doing.
Yeah, it's definitely true. Like the math in StarCraft 2 is really cool. Just in terms of things like that, relationships like that. KnightofNi, though, is going to go ahead and start getting up a medevac, so he might want to do some drops. He does have a missile turret at the front, just in case of DTs, and again, with a lot of SCVs up at the front, he really does not feel comfortable in defending these attacks. I guess he's aware of the fact that Guardian Shield is so effective. However, Slug, even with Guardian Shield, does not have that many DPS units. He has 3 Zealots and 3 Stalkers. Sentries do a fair bit of damage, but they're not big damage dealers.
Especially, yeah, you're right. Those players just, particularly KnightofNi is playing the turtle game, which a lot of players like to do these days. He's not choking off, but he is definitely 5 bunkers, so it's kind of compensating there.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely aware of the fact that these destructible rocks really can be taken out, and then that very large spread will allow the person on the lower half of the ground to have a very effective concave as opposed to the defender's advantage that there should be. You'll even notice that KnightofNi has Hellions placed up on the right ledge in order to get a good angle of attack on any sentries trying to get a concave or any zealots trying to move up the ramp. So he's really got great positioning on those. Plus he has them separated in order to have the back two just taking out the zealots ASAP.
Yeah, you're completely right. I think what KnightofNi wants to do is live long enough to get some blue-flame Hellions up into Slug base, hopefully toast a lot of his pros, and then probably expand into the third and just play a very strong macro game.
Yep, he does have a third command center halfway finished. We have no expansion quite yet from Slug. It's curious to see. Yep, it's about to be done. The medevac is on the field. How many Hellions does he have? It seems like he has 4 Hellions. Perfect amount for that medevac. Plus, there are also some ghosts on the field. So we could be seeing some very strong EMP play. We should just render Guardian Shields useless, assuming the sentries are not spread out and haven't already cast it. Force fields are also incredibly... Huh?
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
That's okay. I was just going to say that Slug's army composition is really going to get stronger the later the game goes on, but it is still very susceptible to EMPs because those sentries force fields are essential for using Colossi effectively.
Drop gun on and Slug's natural.
And here it is. And only 2 Hellions were dropped? What?
Yeah, he kind of messed that up. In the sense that his primary is completely undefended and a lot easier to get a drop on it. instead of that natural where his entire army was hibernating. But one thing I wanted to mention, you were talking about ghosts, and with this new patch, when ghosts get off their EMP, instead of removing all the energy from the targeting units, it just removes the hundreds. So even if he gets the EMPs off, it's not going to remove all the energy from the essentially.
Yeah, however, that it just means he's going to have to double tap EMP. He has the two ghosts. If he moves them up and just double taps the EMP button, it will still be enough to render all the Guardian shields just worthless, because that 100 plus 100 is usually 200. As that will be enough to take out a lot. Plus, his EMPs, even taking 100 shields off, will still make the Zealots and the Stalkers both take out all their shields, plus 2/3 of the shields of the Colossi. It's still incredibly effective, but it's actually a beautifully well done nerf, just changing the way the spell works. That will actually really help TVP, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, as it stands, KnightofNi is once again taking the economical advantage in the fact that he's got us the third expo, but also he's supply stuck in this composition, primarily Marines, which won't fit very well at all with that extended criminal lance of the Colossus. And as you said before, all the sentries that are in play.
Yeah.
But there's another drop coming from KnightofNi with would you know it, 1 Hellion.
Oh wow, that's not ideal. All right, but you'll notice that the third is actually up for Slug as well, so that will definitely it will not nullify the economic advantage from KnightofNi, but it will definitely help him out.
Yeah. So this is a 16-minute observation. The Protoss is in a very good spot. He's got his level 2 weapons upgrades going. He's got a bigger army by probably almost 4,000 resources. So the ball is really in KnightofNi's court. See where he brings us. Hopefully he moves away from Bio. Maybe a heavier mech or heavier air.
Yeah, the thing is, he does have a fairly healthy Viking count with 6 Vikings right now. That's a good number, but however, once Slug has gotten into the 5, 6, 7 Colossi count, he's really going to have to get more Vikings to deal with this. There are a lot of Stalkers on the field, but they do not have Blink, which would definitely help him would help him against those Vikings. However, KnightofNi is not positioned well to take this army. The sentries will be able to cast Guardian Shields, do all that stuff. The pylon, the reinforcement pylon is going to be put down in a second. Looks like Slug's just going to wait for that pylon before pushing in. But really, a few Guardian Shields will nullify half of KnightofNi's army with the way it's positioned right now.
Yeah, so we're rapidly approaching the moment of truth. The Protoss has contained on the Terran player, and is indeed attacking.
Yeah, there it is. And in the midst of all this, he's putting down a base. There are the EMPs. What?
Oh.
This is a beautiful battle right now. Slug's controlling really well. Yeah. Great force fields, just preventing KnightofNi's units from being effective at all. So you can see the Stalkers have taken down. Wait, whoa! This actually could end up being in KnightofNi's favor. The Colossi were taken out quickly enough. Blink now finishes. There's an expansion almost off from Slug during that entire attack, but really, KnightofNi's DPS just really saving him right now. He's now ahead in the food count, and Slug needs to now recover his Colossi.
Well, it was actually Slug's force fields really ended up hurting him in the end of that battle there. A lot of the Stalkers were sitting in the back, couldn't get hits on a lot of units.
Yeah, I thought it was GG walking into that battle, but I'm somewhat surprised.
It could have been if he had waited for Blink, perhaps, but his Stalkers just weren't getting enough hits, and especially not enough hits on the Vikings. His Colossus just got taken out real fast.
Yeah, he let himself get caught in that choke. Huh?
At the income tab, we see KnightofNi doubling the mineral count. That was Slug's hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a devastating engage. These are the sort of moments that change the flow of games, and it'll be interesting to see what happens from here.
Yeah, and now actually it looks like KnightofNi's going to start going for the death push. He's breaking down those rocks. He knows about that expansion that Slug has directly on the opposite side of this engagement, but there is one screen separating the bases of these guys right now. You can see that KnightofNi has cloaked Ghost right now. He's going to go ahead and start. Whoa!
Wow, great blink.
Looks like he saw the shimmer of the ghost and just wasted the full energy on one of those ghosts, and they're both still cloaked. He's got to uncloak that ghost. He's just letting the... Okay, there, he's finally uncloaked it. Just lost a lot of energy, though. Photon cannons being put up for a detection on those ghosts, plus a little bit of defense himself. But KnightofNi, he needs to start getting siege... Battle cruisers are coming! Where are the battle cruisers? I see the battle cruiser. One battle cruiser is being produced right now. KnightofNi is going to go ahead and get battle cruisers. That could end up...
This is somewhat disastrous. Almost for both players.
Oh, but look at this. KnightofNi's caught in the choke. This is really bad, but Slug's not managing his stalkers well enough in this case. However, he's still doing a ton of damage right now.
Yeah, KnightofNi has, well, may I say, too many workers, I guess? Because he's got 136 supply, but his army is having a hard time dealing with all these stalkers.
Yeah, he does have a bio army. However, his money is getting really high. He's having a very hard time managing that. And with bio, you win by damaging your opponent's economy and being able to macro up a large army yourself. However, he's just not doing that right now. Battlecruiser's out, though, and he's just trying to tech too quickly in this case. Slug can probably poke it and do a little bit of damage, but this Battlecruiser is going to start being a little bit of trouble. Slug needs to start getting Void Rays or some form of anti-air besides Stalkers, because Stalkers are going to have a very hard time dealing with the Marauder count. You do have this Colossus cutting off a few units, but this is a very close stance, especially because these Vikings are now going to be able to start attacking it, and they have now taken away all the shields. Good blink up, and now Slug is going to force that army back. This is a very intense micro dance right now.
So Slug has a good pro placement on his bottom left scout, in the sense he's not going to do an expansion.
Yeah, it's really, really effective. Although KnightofNi might be able to land anyway, or just going to go off to the bottom left even farther down to get that base. Hopefully, Slug is aware of that in the mini-map. But there is another scan, and this Colossus is going to continue. They actually, +3 ground attack is done for Slug. So he's a very strong upgrades on that, but there are no air upgrades from KnightofNi, and 2-1 upgrades on his Bioarm. Oh, look at all those Vikings just getting taken out. Oh, that's bad.
That was devastating. He just lost, like, 7 Vikings for basically no reason.
Yeah, that was a bad loss.
So, once again, we see the army counts leveling out to almost completely even, regardless of the supply of Slug being trying less.
Yeah, but this is a very interesting thing, and Slug actually has 2 gateways at his third base that are just not morphed into warp gates quite yet. We do see that +2 armors being researched right now, but no air whatsoever has been pulled out. Void Rays would be a great transition right now. Just plop down 3 Stargates and just start getting Void Rays, or maybe even Carriers. That would be a very good move as well. Slug's going to start pushing in. Oh, that is a bad blink right there. It actually might end up paying off for him, but KnightofNi, his concave is not easily coming, but there it is. Vikings are all still alive, taking down all of those. Oh god, this is so bad for Slug. He's got to blink back up and retreat, but that was a very bad blink. Taking away his micro opportunity right over there.
If KnightofNi continues his momentum, he can probably walk right through Slug's natural here, and maybe even into his natural.
Yeah, but this is going to be very hard. Slug just overzealous to the max, blinking directly into the concave of KnightofNi's very heavy Marauder count with only Stalkers. Stalkers are a mobile unit. They are not the DPS strong attacking units that Marauders are. And now he's just going to go ahead and try and do some damage, but his micro is just lacking. His blinks are off, and he's just not good placement or timing on that. You can even see that KnightofNi has a planetary fortress down at the bottom left, so he now has 4 bases to Slug's 3.
Yeah, we're really seeing Slug a bit overzealous to attempt to win this game. And it's really, so far at least, bitten him.
Yeah, really.
His map control has led to him over-pressuring, and KnightofNi has definitely set up his base to just turtle.
Yeah, but here we go. Slug doing something good right now, picking off a lot of SCVs in transition. He is now going to be aware of the base in the bottom left. If he wasn't already, that is a beautiful move on his part. But look at this. KnightofNi is going to go ahead and counterattack immediately. He knows he's got a very good opportunity right now, especially since he is 166 food and he's catching a lot of Slug's army off guard. He's going to be able to decimate everything in this place. Yeah. Slug has got to retreat, but his blinks again miss. Oh, he's just going to allow himself
He's in a lot of trouble.
Oh, this is really looking bad for him. Slug just microing all of his blinks, letting us get caught off cliffs and everything. Oh, that's so bad. He's just now getting Zealots out, but they don't have charge yet. It's very late transition for him, just now getting Immortals. Void Rays carriers, that would be his answer. Now, if he had just set that up 5 minutes ago and gotten out 3, 4 carriers, 6, 8 Void Rays, he'd be in such a different position right now.
Yeah, Slug's now on one base, his natural mind out, and the Terran has a much larger army, so there's going to be a need of a miracle for Slug's corner for him to have a hope of back in the winners.
Yeah, not only that, but his one base that's left only has 6 mineral patches, doesn't even have the full 8, so he's missing a full 3,000 resources that could have been there.
Yeah, and very oversaturated.
Well, he has nowhere else to mine from. He's got to get it hidden, so he's got to go down all the way to the bottom right, do something very hidden to try and win this. The only issue is the fact that it's so much easier to take out hidden expos as Terran, so all you have to do is get one medevac, load in a couple Marauders, float down there, and then just start stimming and sniping.
It's interesting how Slug elected not to consider getting Storm. Given that his army composition was what it was, he had a lot of countries, a lot of Colossus before the first engage. If he had just like a couple of Storms, this game would probably be a different story.
Yeah, just he needed transition out of his basic army. He just never did. He wanted to win it with that, but here we go. Charge lots are going to get in there, but they're just going to not do much. No Guardian Shield or anything. Immortals are going to take on theirs GG from Slug. So it looks like that No Skill will end up being victorious over Skynet in this TQTL, so congratulations to them. Very, very well played by both teams.